Hello, and welcome to Champaign Central's podcast. In this series of episodes, we'll be talking about all of the great things from our childhood. Today, we'll be talking about nostalgia.
Each one of us brought to the table a topic that deeply connects to our childhood. It may be funny, it may be sad, but most of all, we hope it's entertaining.
We hope that you enjoy our show.
I'm Godelieve.
And I'm Reagan.
And we're going to be talking about Disney Channel as our nostalgic topic.
Yeah, more specifically, we're going to be talking about like the shows and the movies and how they were just better back then.
Yeah. Back when we were younger, like Disney Channel used to be real poppin'. Every time a new movie would come out, everybody on the block was
I'm
there to
telling
watch.
you, it wasn't no kids in the street playing none of that. We were all just in front of the TV watching.
So every time a new movie would come out, you would know because Disney Channel would make this whole extra scene and they'll play this whole dramatic movie and then show all the Disney Channel original movies throughout that commercial leading up to
I had that
the starting movie.
Had that little jingle. It was like so good. I used to love it. I used to know, as soon as I heard that, I used to run to the couch it's on. I had my popcorn. I was ready.
Yes, and then, but the thing was, the movies back then, they were, fun to watch. You could watch them all the time with your friends because, and when we say back then, we're talking about, the 1990 movies, the early 2000s, 2012.
Yeah.
It was, by the time it got to, 2000, I say 16 or 15 maybe, Disney Channel just went downhill. The movies became the concepts were stupid.
I think I would say 2014 actually.
Yeah.
Because that's when that earlier generation, we all kind of got out of the whole Disney Channel thing and we started watching different stuff.
Cuz I think that's when YouTube started to take over though. And then also it's kind of the things that we used to watch, That's So Raven.
That's So Raven was so good.
It was so good. Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. But then later on in 2014, they started making shows like Dog with the Blog and Girl Meets World. And
Girl Meets World was it's supposed to be a spinoff of Boy Meets World, and that was it was a Disney Channel show back then too.
But it's it's because it's a spinoff and it's based off of the boy's daughter, it just ruined the whole concept.
Even That's So Raven, her new spin-off show,
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
It's kind of taking away from what we already had because it's just what we had was so good.
Yeah.
And now it's just not. Shows are getting canceled. The shows are only running now the shows on Disney Channel are only running for at least 3 years. 2 or 3 years, and then they get canceled because nobody likes it.
Right. Also, I was I was with my little brother and I was watching a show. And they were talking about suicide, and this little girl, her sister was actually her adoptive mom. And
this is the stuff that they're putting on Disney Channel.
Yeah, so it's so much different stuff that kids are being exposed to now.
8, 9, and 10-year-olds, they don't understand that concept, so I don't even understand why they're putting on Disney Channel because it's not funny. They're not laughing, so you're not getting the reaction that you want. I just think Disney Channel lost who its market is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they just got trashed. Because I remember, back, this, bruh, it was, you knew it was popping when they combined the shows. So
oh, my gosh, yes.
It was, Zack and Cody meets Hannah Montana.
Meets That's So Raven, because That's So Raven was an episode, too.
So it was, they took one show, so they took The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then they put 2 other shows in it, and, that was just so big for all of us because
those
all
merges,
of our those merges, that was so big for all of us because those were our favorite shows. All in one.
The entire. I think I remember that episode because, you know how in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, they were always getting in trouble.
Yeah. And
so they were getting in trouble, and then they, got Hannah Montana into the trouble, and then That's So Raven, predicted. You know how she predicted the future. So she predicted the future of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And she was trying to stop them.
Wizards of Waverly Place, they had a spinoff, too, but I can't really remember what it was. But they had Emerging, too. Something else. And then, when they would make, show movies, so it'd be, Wizards of Waverly Place,
I love that movie. Or Hannah Montana, the movie.
Yes.
You know what I used to love back then?
What?
I used to love High School Musical. All of the High School Musicals. I think the last one was the one that was like the most trash, but the very first one.
It's because the spin-offs. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, every time they keep trying to build off of a story that's already done, it ruins the whole concept of Disney Channel, and it ruins the fun that we had to watch.
Yeah.
And then so like when like the movies would come out, everybody thought they were one person. So like when the Cheetah Girls came out, like you and your friend group used to pick which Cheetah Girl you were. Every time they used to have like commercials, and it'd be like, "Hi, I'm blank, 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 and I'm from this show on Disney Channel, and you're watching Disney Channel." And then they'll draw the Disney Channel logo.
Yes.
Like, that was so fun. And then, like, during each season, they would have themed episodes. So, like, during Halloween season, they would have Halloween-themed. It would be Monstober.
Yes, and then...
What was December? And then it would just be December, but it's like everything was winter-themed. Like, the commercials that everybody was playing in the snow. In the summer, everybody was playing in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, I love the seasons because it made you want to, like...
It made you
be a part of it. You know? Like, back then, Disney Channel just made you want to be a part of it. But, like that 2014 and so forth, like, it's just lost its cool record.
Do you remember, like, the commercial that used to come on with... I'm sorry, this is like really bad, but she's Asian and she was on her name was like London Tipton. You remember? Yeah, her. Do you remember the commercial she had where it was like pass the plate or something, and that was like,
oh my god, Disney Channel Pass the Plate?
Yes. I loved that.
They used to make you want to go in the kitchen with your mom and like cook a plate.
Yes.
Pass the plate, yes. And Pass the Plate, basically they would take somebody from a TV show and then they would go to their hometown and then teach you how to make, and mind you, this is just like a 1 or 2 minute skit, and they'll teach you how to make something from their hometown.
And it showed like a lot of ethnicity, and it showed like where people came from too. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, we about to make this and that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
They tell you where it's from. They tell you what they doing with it. All of that. Like, it was. I loved it.
It was so fun. But yeah, so Disney Channel, that was just like a big part of a lot of kids' childhood because it was just so good.
Yeah.
And I just feel like now it's just everything just.
It all fell apart.
Yeah,
I think I honestly really do think like YouTube and the media and like Instagram and Facebook have a lot to do with it, because if you haven't noticed, like it's a lot more kids younger than what we are,
because
they're on there,
and because kids now, they don't understand what entertainment is. So when they see couples on YouTube, that's just so big, because like you can get famous just by being a couple. You have no talent, you're not doing anything, you're just famous for being a couple. And like that's just what kids like nowadays. So that's why Disney Channel and all these actual TV series and channels are ending, and like their growth is declining because of how much things on YouTube is being affected.
A lot of stuff. It's all about like coverage. Like everything is already being covered, so you don't need to go watch this show because you already know what's going on in their real life. It's just like it's just the media. Literally, it's just the media, because that's just what's just taking a hold of the entire thing.
You guys heard it here first. The media has ruined Disney Channel. Well, I'm Godelieve.
And I'm Reagan.
And we're signing off.